The ANC says it's all systems go for the party's National General Council next week. The ANC will hold its midterm review of the elected leadership on the state of the country, economy, governance and the organization. Bilateral relations between the ANC and the SACP will also be discussed at the NGC, as the SACP is refusing to back down on its conference resolution to contest the upcoming local government elections. ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula says the party will have a specific focus on the state of local government at the National General Council.
A special focus will be placed on governance and performance, especially local government interventions, economic action priorities, and strengthening the ANC in communities. We welcome the President's address to the nation delivered last night, particularly the emphasis on stability, unity, and renewal. His message aligns with the spirit in which the ANC approaches the National General Council, a forum for critical reflection and strengthening our mandate to serve the people. The President's address reinforced confidence in the country's direction and the ANC's leadership role in ensuring a better life for all.
Let's discuss this now further with political analyst Sandile Swana. Sandile, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. When the story first surfaced a couple of weeks ago, I asked you the question, is President Cyril Ramaphosa vulnerable in the ANC? Your answer was yes. I want to re-ask that question because new detail has emerged, and more specifically, there's been names and faces put to the charge to get him removed. That of Mondli Gungubele as well as Joe Phaahla. This, of course, Joe Phaahla has distanced himself from these claims, although we have reliably learned at the SABC that Mondli Gungubele seems to be part of at least a lobby to garner support within the NEC to have Ramaphosa removed. The question then is, given that we now know who they are and what their strengths are and how much support we might assume them to have, is Ramaphosa really vulnerable still?
He's vulnerable, but whether he can be removed successfully, it's another issue. Because my view about Ramaphosa is that his strength lies in the billionaires and the business tycoons of South Africa. And we know that the political actors in the top echelons of South Africa, whether it's in the DA or in the ANC, are in the hands and in the pockets of those billionaires and multimillionaires. So that issue, I do not think Mondli Gungubele will be able to sway those billionaires to agree that Ramaphosa must be removed.
The NGC is not a decision-making forum, at least not one where they can remove members of the top 7 or even the president at that. There would have to be some very significant maneuvering to get that to happen. And of course, that means that there must be some sort of rebellion that would have to present itself there to force the NGC to focus on the issue of removing the current leadership. And as we heard several weeks ago, to replace it with a task team that would be led by President Thabo Mbeki. I think one of the propositions was a few weeks ago. Is this something you imagine the proponents of the removal of Ramaphosa would be able to pull off?
I have my reservations. Ramaphosa has been unsuitable for quite some time. You know, I mean, when he joined in 2012, we were told that literally investment is going to pour into the country. There was no such thing. In fact, an investment strike happened from that time until now. The ANC is more split now. We've had the MKP, we've had the SACP saying they are walking away. So objectively, in the economy everywhere, there are signs that this man has been unsuitable to be the president of this country or in the presidency in any capacity for a long time. But the power to remove him is just not there. And I don't see them actually being able to remove him.
Yeah, then the question would be about the successor. Typically, an outgoing president would love to sort of give the Midas touch to whoever they deem to be the sort of candidate that would continue the program a political program and program of government that they had built during the Jacob Zuma era. We saw that sort of tap of the baton go to Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, and that vote didn't come to fruition. But there isn't seemingly any sort of semblance about where Ramaphosa, in which direction President Ramaphosa would be looking towards, to be able to give us a sense about who it is that the likes of Mondli Gungubela would be contending against in the removal and or the succession contest that is to play out. Is the NGC a good moment to begin to see what the patterns are that emerge?
I think the most clear contestant is actually Mashatile. I haven't heard anything that suggests that people like Mondli Gungubela would want to support that. I think the rebellion that we are seeing now is a rebellion that acknowledges that from the 2007 conference up until now, they've succeeded in appointing one wrong president after another. So these ones are pressing the emergency button to say, let's stop and reset altogether. And that pattern of simply saying the deputy president must follow the president and all that, they want to interrupt that and start afresh. Whether they are able to mobilize down that road is a very difficult one.
Yeah. Who are the political brokers that are seeming to be emerging as key lobbyists for the different factions that you think are important to watch out for?
I mean, Balula is a veteran in this, in manipulating electoral outcomes. He's a stalwart in that section. I would hope that Gwede Mantashe is still a factor, in as much as I think Gwede Mantashe is one of the people that has destroyed the ANC since 2007 until now. Those are the people that I would say I'm aware of. Snuki Zikalala, pro-DA, pro-right-wing, is also a strong force, so it'd probably be a pro-Ramaphosa factor, pro-GNU type person, pro-big business. So those are some of the players. Now, the question that is not clear is big business prepared to go with Mashatile, and is Mashatile prepared to go with them? Yeah. That would be the big question.
Just maybe a last concept to explore here is that of the review of the Government of National Unity coalition that had been pulled together by the ANC. That, of course, would be on the table at the NGC, and it's going to be an extensive review. Do you anticipate that the outcome of that review would be one that scores the ANC positively on its ability to coalesce in such a short space of time so strongly, or one that would mark it down for coalescing with what are its ideological opponents?
I think the issue of whether they should be in that GNU or not, I think that argument has already been defeated. The question would be, as Mbalula has tried to put it, is whether the GNU is delivering or not. As far as I'm aware, for instance, Ramaphosa was saying that we've started to turn the unemployment question around, which is not true. Long-term unemployment is still a problem, a big problem, an unending problem in South Africa, et cetera, et cetera. So the continuation with Ramaphosa cannot be justified on facts. It is you just make that decision and you continue with it. You cannot say there are facts that support why you must continue with Ramaphosa. It's just a decision you make. And it's probably a decision that Adrian Gore and big business would want you to make.
Sandile Swana, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your insights. Really do appreciate it.